Absolutely not. But because the way we were raised by our parents, as well as the society and the medical system, is that we automatically try to focus on the obvious. So the physical aspect of recovery. And this also goes into extremes when people all of a sudden become magic pill hunters and they're always looking for that perfect new supplement or gadget or exercise tool, something that will do this magic trick in their healing. And this is something that needs to change because the downside of this focus on the physical is that we very quickly push even further away the things that we've been pushing aside for such a long time and that brought us to this moment right here, right now with this injury. And you don't have time to ignore the signs, the internal struggles, past traumas, negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, disappointments, this emotional turmoil. And if you are going to focus on the solutions that are outside of you, it's going to be easy to do that, to ignore what makes a huge difference in anyone's journey. Make sense? Now, that being said, let's go into helping the physical body by physical things. And I'm going to talk about 5 remedies because even though you shouldn't make your physical body your one and only priority, you shouldn't ignore it either. So, here are a few things that are not magic pills because these don't exist, but these are the things that I've researched and also used myself. And I will start with a funny one. And I have a feeling that cat lovers will most likely love this part. So let's quickly talk about low frequency vibration and the healing powers of cat purrs. So what does that mean and how does this work? Well, there's an old veterinary saying that says if you put a cat and a bunch of broken bones in the same room, the bones will heal. Now, for me, cat purrs are very calming, if of course the cat is in a calm, relaxed state. But also know that cats can purr if they are severely injured, if they are frightened, if they are stressed, if they are recovering from any kind of illness, when they're giving birth, and also when they are dying. So this can be a self-soothing mechanism, or here's the question. Does this go further than just that? Because look, optimal frequency for bone stimulation is between 20 and 50 hertz. And this is based on the research of Dr. Clinton Rubin and his associates. And it's interesting that cat purrs are mostly between 25 and 50 hertz, and they go up to 150 hertz, which is the perfect frequency for bone growth and for fracture healing as well as soft tissue healing. I mean, there's been all sorts of research on this topic, and it's showing that low vibrations are very healing for the body. And low frequency vibration is also good for pain relief, as mentioned before, soft tissue healing, tendons, muscles, and some research also shows that cat owners are less likely to die from heart attack and cardiovascular disease. I mean, I have a feeling that those listeners who have cats at home, today especially, there will be a lot of cuddling and soaking into their purse, right? Yes. And there is just one quick thing and personal experience that I want to share with you. So, less than 2 weeks ago, we rescued a homeless cat, and we are still both wondering how this cat actually survived the streets, because he's the happiest if he can sleep in a lap or if he is very close to us. I mean, he is so cuddly and gentle and a very, very nice cat. Now, that being said, 2 days after rescuing him, I got my period. And usually the first day, for a few hours, I have a bit of cramps. So I was resting on a sofa, and he came and lay down by my belly and started to purr. Now, a few minutes later, my cramps disappeared. Just a coincidence? I don't know, maybe, but maybe not. But so here is just one example, recent example, my personal experience. But maybe you don't have a cat like we didn't have before. And here's an idea that you can play with. So you can look into some sort of frequency sound generator app, so you can download it. I'm gonna also put two different kinds that I found for Android and iPhones. They're in the show notes. Check that out on my website, mindnovak.com/podcast, and click on episode 17. But this is just an idea. This is not something that I've tested, not with my period, not with any other kind of pain. So I'm not sure if it's going to work. Potentially it's gonna, but it's something that you can test if you don't have a cat at home. Okay? So next, let's continue. If you have a fracture and suffering with pain and you are looking for some kind of